What's up, you wild tigers? Welcome to the Art of the Game Design Show. Now, today we're going to talk about lens number 7, the lens of the elemental tetrad. Now, before we get into that, I want to talk to you about this next chapter with all these new lenses. It's going to be chapter 4. The game consists of elements. So we start with the designer. We talked about what it is to be a game designer. Then we talked about what is a game. Then we talked about certain elements so that we can get to the player experiment. Here, we're going to expand on elements. Now, what are little games made of? That's a great question. And we need to understand that to make a good game. So there's 4 basic elements. We got mechanics, story, aesthetics, and technology. Now, we'll go deeper into them in a second. Now, the lens of the elemental tetrad. This lens uses to take stock of what your game is truly made of. So you have to be like, what is my game made of? Okay, and you have to consider each content separately and then put them together as a whole. So right here says, is my game design using elements of all 4 types? So are you using aesthetic? Are you using technology? Are you using story or mechanics? Could my design be improved by enhancing elements in one or more of the categories? Well, so it's like, okay, I have a great technology. The game is up to par. The graphics are great. Everything's running better than it's ever before. But is it lacking in story? Let's put, for example, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Everybody wanted a great story game, a great game that would take you to a universe far away. You would fight as the Empire. Things would be different. And then it lacked. It lacked in aesthetics. It lacked in game mechanics. It lacked in technology, and it just utterly failed. Then they came back and did it. And my bad about aesthetics. No, they killed it at aesthetics. They failed though with story and game mechanics. Aesthetics and technology, up the roof, to the sky, beautiful. They mastered those, but they didn't have story and mechanics. Are these 4 elements in harmony? Exactly. So this goes back to what I was saying. They have to be one together. If not, well, it's not going to happen. Now, we have to understand these. So I want you to understand what technology, mechanics, story really is. So with technology, all new games need to be innovative in some way. So for instance, let's take Space Invaders. It was a custom design game. It was the first video game allowed player to fight in an advancing army, and it was only possible due to custom motherboard. Again, that is something where it's like, you can't do it. We made it happen. Here you go. For instance, like Apex, they had that new, like, you can say where an enemy is. Fortnite took that, made it their own. That Apex was winning for a while. Apex was like, whoa. So they had new technology, things that no battle royale ever had. Fortnite put it in, implemented better where it harmonized with its other mechanics. There you go. It's you have to constantly be innovating, and you have to also innovate your own stuff because people are going to use it. It's just the name of the game. And mechanics. This is very important. I love mechanics. I'm trying to learn to do mechanics in C++. So the gameplay mechanics Space Invaders was new, which is always exciting. But more than that, it was interesting and well balanced. Not only does a player shoot at advancing aliens to shoot back at them, the player can hide behind shields, aliens in the short, or the player can choose to destroy himself. Further, there's a possibility to earn bonus points by shooting mysterious flying saucer. So again, there's different mechanics that are fun. You can try different things. Fortnite does it every single season, something new, so that they can get players to come back. So the players can be like, "Oh my god, this is great. Oh, this old stuff's bad. Let's switch it around." Has to be new and innovative. Story. Now you would think, so Fortnite's a great example. They have a story within this battle royale universe that's not set like a book. It's more of like an experience. So if we want to say a player experience of Fortnite is tag, well, hey, you're it, and then you can capture me, and then you go back and forth, right? Also, the player experience is this whole like cartoon-ish like get together of we're having fun and we're doing crazy things together. It's like we're like a surprise party. Today we're gonna be superheroes. Tomorrow we're gonna be spies. Stuff like that, where it's like I want to like live my fantasies, my childhood fantasies of like being a superhero or being in my own dream world, and then fighting along with people and attacking them, and sometimes just playing around. The game is turned from like just a simple battle royale to like this huge experience that keeps growing upon what it is. Now, the game doesn't need a story like Last of Us. It just needs something to give the players a reason to keep coming back. It could be their own story. If you do a game right, Will Wright talks about this, but sometimes the tools you have can help players create a story. So there's so many characters you can buy in the game. I'm pretty sure there's fan fiction about each character and what their life is like. That is the most powerful thing. If you can make your players game designers. You see, game design isn't just the game designer's job. It's the imagination of all your players. And if you would allow that, you've won. Sims, this is a great example of this because Sims is there's no real goal except like the one you make. So because you can make your own goal, the game is pretty much endless. Because you can make your own story, you could do so much. You could post that and you can do these things. You may YouTube. The power of that game is endless. And because the choices are endless, the game continues to bring people back. And that's all you want. Because the gaming isn't just art, it's a business. So if you can make your art fun and engaging, who's not going to play it? Now, aesthetics. Now, this is not just visuals. It's more than that. Let's see, we got different designs for characters. We got different animations. You got different levels. You got different noises for different moments. Things like that, where it's like the game looks nice, but it also has something about it. The art's different. The characters are different. They bring you back. You're like, oh, it's not the same. It's a little different. I like it. So you balance all that together. Again, Fortnite does the same thing. All the characters are different, unique to their own. Like the banana guy. It's adorable. Beautiful. So that is really the most important part about all of this. Is you have to build a game that is on the elemental tetrad, that it follows all those rules of the four in a tetrad: story, aesthetics, technology, mechanics. That is it. If you guys can do that, you guys can make a great game. Now, I want you guys to go out there, find the game that you like or don't like. Actually, do that. Find a game you like, do the same thing. Figure out the elemental tetrad of that game. What story does it have? What mechanics does it have? What aesthetics, what technology? Do the same for a game you don't like. Compare the two and leave it in the comments below. And as always, guys, keep designing, keep being awesome, and you are a game designer.